So we ran the F110. Then once the F110 will be executed, as I told you, the system will generate the XML file, okay, or XML file or the flat file based on the configuration or based on the country specific, based on the bank specification, which format the client is going to looking. Then we need to develop that format. Okay, so the file format which I have already shown you. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to show you. Let it open from SAP directly. I will show you. Let it be open. Because this and all important for your interview process. Okay, so that is the reason it's a detailed explanation. Just a second. Let it be. So, okay, so now the file format, what system is going to generate here, the sample file which we have downloaded. You can see here, this is the XML format. Remember, this XML format should be met with your ISO standard as well as bank specifications as well as country specifications. ISO standard 20022 something it is there. Okay, so that is the just naming convention only. Okay, by default, if you go and check in the latest version of SAP, so the SAP will give the default XML file formats. Okay, so here you can see here, this is the file which is going to generate the DME part. It consists of two things. One is the header information. Another one is the file data. Okay, so now the header data, organizational data, most of the things will be there. Though the header data, it consists of the name. Okay, then the name of the name where you can see here according to what information which we have configured. See tree of the, okay, see tree of the South Africa, the format which we have used to generate the file. This is the file format which we have used. Okay, so the table name FPM underscore ZA. This is the DMB format, what we have used. Okay, this is the type as I told you, right? PAYM. Okay, FPAYM is there, but if you go to inside of that one, PAYM for payment related transaction. This is the just basic information. If you directly see this, you don't understand. Okay, what information is this? But now if you go and check at DME level and file specifications, we will come to know one by one. What we would say, this we will call it as a node header, where you can see here header node. This is the detailed record. So see now, header record and a detailed record. The detailed record, it consists of the information what you are sending to the bank. Okay, so now header and header record and details record. Okay, so now let me open this system. Now you can see here in the Excel sheet what I have explained. Once the file will be generated, this file, the file what I am presenting, this file need to send to bank. Okay, so now in order to send this file send to bank, as I have explained, there are two processes are there. One is a manual process, another one is a automatic process. Okay, so now where you are going to follow the manual process, what are the steps we need to keep in mind? Then once the file will be generated, we need to download that file from SAP and upload into the bank portal. Directly, we cannot send that file to the bank. The authorized person will have the access the bank portal. Okay, uh, then once the person will have that authorization, they will go and they will upload this file. Okay, so the bank should accept this file immediately. Okay, to upload the file, the SAP file, only the authorized person will have access to upload into the bank. Note, see, the XML file format should match with the bank specification, country specification, and ISO specifications. Okay, international, okay, standards. Okay, as per the guidelines, it should match. If you want, you can just go and check it. Okay, and the Google it, you will get it. Then the only bank will accept the file and will process the. Okay, see, the bank will accept the file and will process the payments. Then once the bank will process the payments, the bank, okay, see now, just look at here. These are the accounting entries when we process the payment in SAP system. But now, still the money, until the money did not send to vendor account. Okay, so now this is the entry which is now happened in SAP. But now how the money will goes to vendor account? Then once the bank will process the payment, then bank will send back to electronic bank statement. See, now let us assume I have a 10 invoices. 10 invoices, I have initiated the payment. Out of 10 invoices, the bank only made payment to the 8 invoices. But due to some XYZ reason, for two invoices, the payment did not process successfully. In such situation, how you can reconcile that one? So that could be the reason. The bank is going to send back to electronic bank statement file back to SAP system. Okay. So now once we receive the EBS file, once we receive the EBS file back from bank, then further reconciliation, we need to, for further reconciliation, we need to upload it into SAP in order to match the business transaction. As I mentioned, out of 10 transactions, only 8 got processed. In such situation, how you will come to know why the 2 transactions did not process it? Even though let's assume that out of 10 transactions, 10 has been processed. As I mentioned, when I have created the bank account, the bank balance, the main bank account balance should get matched with your SAP bank balance. Okay, so always it should be matched with your bank balance. Okay, in order to reporting perspective altogether, we would require is an electronic bank statement. Okay, so without electronic bank statement, you cannot reconcile. Then now you can see here the person, okay, XYZ person, authorized person will download the file, will upload into SAP bank portal. Then bank will send it back to that file, maybe in the form of mail communication. Okay, then they will download from mail into their local system. Then they will upload that one into the SAP system. But this is not the best practice, right? Okay, if I would say today I received around 20 files. Out of 20 files, I missed 2 files. I mean, maybe I have missed 1 file. I did not upload it into the system due to some XYZ reason. That is a manual mistake, right? Maybe I forgot to upload that file. In that is the case, then what will happen? The reports will not accurate. Okay. Based on the reports only, the management will take a decision. Okay. So now the missing file, it consists of lakhs of rupees. Okay. Then, but now I'm feeling that, okay, in my bank account, I have a sufficient funds, but because of I did not uploaded the file, because of that, I mean, I'm just seeing that SAP only. Okay, in SAP, I can able to see the bank accounts is having the funds. But now the files in that bank account, originally, I do not have sufficient funds for further payments because of I did not uploaded the file. Then what will happen? Then vendors will suffer. I think we need to, the payment will stop sometime. Okay, then there might be some impact on organization performance. So that could be the reason. This is not the best practice, the manual process. Now to automate this process, there is a process automation process. Okay, so now electronic bank statement. Okay, automatic process of the electronic bank statement. Automatic process for the electronic EBS. Okay, electronic bank statement. Now the process, let us understand here. Even if I say the same process here, what I have mentioned, the same will be applicable for above also. Sorry. Here also the above, if I'm missing something, then the same process is applicable here also. Okay, the same process is applicable. The same, nothing is changed here. Okay, now, so if you see here, once we run the file, once we run the F110, the file has been generated. Let us assume this is the file generated successfully. Then what would be the next step? To send that file, to send the SAP file to the bank, the process has followed. This is the process in real-time environment which we need to work. Remember. Now, SAP, okay, the same where you can see here. In between, you can see here, I just have given XI PI system. XI and PI is these two also is a SAP systems only, but it is a technical system. So technical people will work on this one. Then you can see here, just for your understanding, I just have mentioned TIPCO also. Okay, I will just mention some more. Here, the middleware system can be any. Okay, so now this will be the client will decide which system they want to follow, which middleware system they want to use to transmit the SAP files to bank. Okay, or else they will go for the cloud integration also. Okay, recently the SAP has come up with the host to host connection also, it is there. Okay, SwiftNet process, it is there. There are different middleware processes are there. Okay, so now if they go for the SwiftNet process also, even they would require is a XIPA system. Okay, there are different ways are there to send SAP files to bank, but I just have given example here only XI and PI system. XI PI is a separate, then TIPCO is another interface system. Okay, so now you can, like this, you can map any one system as a middleware. Okay, you can keep it anything. The client will decide that one. Then what it does, once we connect this one, then this will be directly linked to bank. You can see here. Then now the next question would be the SAP. Since this is the automation process, now SAP, let me go to the F110. Sorry. Okay. So now I will give the information. This is important for you. Even during the interview also. Okay. They will ask you this question. I will show you. I will give the example here. F110. Sorry. F110. I'll take that example. So this is the F11. This is the F111. F110, what we have executed successfully. Okay. Now this, as soon as once I executed, the system has generated the file, DMU file. Okay, let me go to the payment medium. Okay, here you just come here, environment, payment medium, click on DMU administration, just to remove this one, because the format which I have used for different one, just to remove that one, execute here. Okay, okay, now you can see here, there are a number of payment advisors are there. Now, if you come down, the last session I have downloaded this one. See now, Wherever you have downloaded, the download mark will appear over here. How you can download? Select this one, then you just click here, again it will get download. But now this is what I am downloading. But now this is what I do not want, right? If it is a automation process, then once the file will generated, this file automatically will be placed into my directory. So now in SAP, what will happen? Any file, if I want to automate this file process without manual intervention, what we need to do? This file need to store in somewhere, right, in SAP system. Then in order to integrate that one, let me show you the transaction code OBPM4. This is especially for the bank. Let me. Okay. So especially for the banks, which file format you are using? These are the file format. Let me take any one of ACH, which file it is having. Which one is configured? Okay, I will show you this one. Let me check here. Here it is. Okay, see. Now here for this one, I have configured here. So in this test variant, if you go inside of this one, if you go here, edit the variant, see now when SAP will execute, okay, then this is the run date and identification. Always keep it blank. Format, which format you are using, where this format is linked, it is linked in your FBZP, payment medium format. Okay, so now this format is linked over there. Then under this format, when I am using this format, I am instructing to the system. Then data medium exchange. Okay, these are the print parameters. The file store into in this application path. I am giving these instructions to the bank. Okay, so now see, now this is the transaction code SAP FPAYM. Okay, now SAP FPAYM. Okay, we just come back and we can see. Once we create the variant here, we just come back and assign this variant here. Okay, so now this variant, okay, will be automatically linked to your bank account because this is linked to your FBZP. Then under this variant, we are specifying that where this SAP file need to store. Okay, so now I have mentioned this one, right? The file I have given to instructions store into this path. But how we will come to know where is this path, whether this path is configured or not? Let me show you. This is the, like it's a folder path only. Okay, how you are storing your personal files in your PC. The similar way, this is the path. Okay, but now this path will be in SAP. The transaction code is AL11 is the transaction code. Let me show you that one. GCE62. Somewhere it is there. See now, GCE62. Here it is there. 62. Then SAP MNT, trans EP. Okay, if I go inside of this one, TRANS, just click this one. See now EPS it is there. Now you can see again the EPS where you can see here. This is the EPS. Then again click on the EPS. Here it will be there your file. Okay, so now again out file. Okay, out. Whenever you want to send that file out, here it is there. This is the file path. Your file path, this is the one. GCC. Okay, you can see here. This is your file path. Click on this one. If there are any files, the files will be appear here. Okay, this is the process. Okay, then This is the interrelationship. Okay, how to store the file into the AL11 application path. But now my file is stored here. In case sometimes what will happen, the SAP is unable to place the files in this application path. Don't worry. There are standard SAP delivered transaction codes are there. This is what I mentioned. CG3Z for manual upload to SAP. CG3Y is which you can use for the download. Okay, either you can, but this is the one which you can use for upload. Okay, this is the transaction code which you can use for the download the file from the AL11 application directory. Okay, even I just have mentioned that one also. Okay, now this is fine. Up to now, here the file is ready to pick that middleware system. The technical people, what they will do, they will set up a backend jobs in the system. At what time? Every 15 minutes, the job need to come back and look into that folder. If the file is available, then the file will pick up by the middleware system, XIRPA system. Then it will transmit to the bank. Then bank will process the payments. Maybe if I initiate the payments today, it might take today or it might be happen tomorrow also. That is doesn't matter. But now, once the payment will happen, what would be the next process? This is also very important one. Now, I just did the payment. The bank made the payment. Then bank is sending back to SAP the reconciliation file, electronic bank reconciliation file for further reconciliation purpose. Once the file will be sent, again the same bank to middleware XI system. From XI to again, yes, XI system will push it to SAP. Then again, the file will be come and sit into the somewhere in this path itself. Okay. I mean, based on the directory, what we are going to configure. Okay. So now, once the file will be available in this path, then what system does? Our SAP program. Let me go to here. Our SAP program, FF_5. This program will pick up this is the program for electronic bank statements. Okay, EBS process. Okay, so where you can upload the file even manually also. FF_5. This is the program to process all your EBS files. Okay, so now this program is going to pick the files, then it will get processed. Okay, remember, then I will give you the real-time scenario. Please understand here. Electronic bank statement. This we may discuss later. Application file path or AL11 directories. AL11 directories. Okay, here most are the cases, as I have explained, the directories how we are going to map, but don't worry about that one. These file paths and all will be configured by the basis team. Okay, technical team will do that one. But being as a FI consultant, we have to tell the logic, or we need to explain to the logic to the technical people which file need to store into the which path. Okay, because outgoing files will store into the out path, I mean out folder. There are inbound and outbound. Okay, so inbound files where those files need to store, outbound files in which folders. Okay, those files need to store. That also, as a functional consultant, we have to explain them. I will give you that scenario. Most are the cases in common scenario. In common scenario, we will have three types of Three types of folders. Folders. Three types of folders for. I'll just mention folders in AL11 for EBS in AL11. Okay, so now only I am talking about electronic bank statement, because if there will be additional requirement, then according to their requirement, they need to create the folders. I'm talking about only EBS. Now let us assume now the regular practice, how many folders will have? One is the out folder. One is the out folder. What is what it does exactly? For what purpose this out folder is there? This folder, again, this folder can be used to to outgoing. Okay, this folder will be used for outgoing outgoing file storage. Then again, okay, inside of this one, if you feel that, okay, I have the out folder, it is there. If you feel that whatever the file SAP has been generated, as soon as once the middleware system will pick this file and it will send to the bank, if you feel that if you would require some backup, okay, then you will have one more subfolder is a copy folder. You will keep it like this. Then under this is a subfolder. Okay, remember this is the subfolder of this one. Okay, okay. I will put it as a copy. I'll mention here. This folder is for copy files storage, and I'll put it in a bracket. This folder is okay, subfolder of out. Okay, how the subfolders are created, okay, then that also base system will take care. If I go inside of this one, see, this is my main folder, SAPM TRNS. See now, EPS, this is my subfolder. Again, in the EPS, where you can see here, out folder, it is there. Okay. If I click out, this is my original path. Okay. Here inside of that one, again, if you want one more folder, the base system will do the setup. Then, okay. So now this is what the folders for outgoing. Then for incoming, I'll put it here. For outgoing, folders mapping. Then put it this. Then for incoming folders mapping, because this and all, it's important for you. You should know this one, how to check. Okay, so now go to AL11. You need to identify the path. Okay, if you don't know the path, you can check with your colleague, so that whoever are already working, they will give you the path. Then now incoming folder, what it consists of? Incoming, first one is the main folder is a in. Okay, under in I have the subfolders. This is the folder for incoming files storage purpose. Okay, incoming storage purpose. Then again, Remember again, incoming file for incoming file also, I will have a subfolders like this. One is a archive, another one is the error file. Okay. See now, this is the file is the main file. Okay, this file is the when the bank is sending back through the middleware, the files will come and sit into the in path. This is fine. But now the moment, as I explained, the moment once the file will be stored into the in application path, here, come back here. Let me go back one step back here. Double click over there. Now EPS. See now here it is the in, it is there. Once the file will be in, see now you can see there are some files are there here. Once the file will be stored, it is an in path. Then the F11, the FF_5, the electronic bank statement. This is the program. This is the program. It will pick the file and it will process them. Let us assume once the file will be processed successfully, then I would require that file for future reference purpose, because the program has been consumed that file. Then for future reference purpose, the processed file which I want to place into the archival path, okay, archival folder. Okay, once I'll put it, once the EBS program will pick the files, will process the, will pick and do process the EBS files. The successfully processed files to be moved into archive folder. Archive folder. So this is the for future reference purpose. As I mentioned, the archival folder can be used for future reference. Okay, if something audit team, even in SAP also, the audit definitely will happen. Okay, during the audit time, if somebody would like to verify the bank statement, definitely you see now even manually also we can edit the file, we can upload into the system. Okay, so that can be also possible. So that could be the reason. Okay, the during the audit time they will verify that one. Then errors. In case of any EBS file consists, any EBS file will not process the error file, the error files to be moved into error folder for further analysis. Okay, why the system did not process this file? Okay, what could be the reason? As a consultant, we need to do the investigation. Okay, and also sometimes there could be some because of some special characters. Okay, there could be a multiple reasons. Okay, so due to that fact, we need to work. This is what the files path, how it is going to work. Then remember, out is only might be only one folder it will be there. If there is a need, then copy folder it will be there. Copy folder, or this also instead of copy, I would say it's a archival folder. Archival, copy or archival, whatever you want, you can keep it here. The name it's a however we want, we can keep. Okay. So now to naming convention to should same. That is the reason I just kept it the same. Archival error. Okay. So the file paths will be created by the base system. You don't worry. Now this is what the process it is happening. Now, until now, see file generated successfully. We sent to bank through the middleware system. Bank consumed that file. Based on our instruction, bank made the payment to the vendors. Again, bank sent back to SAP through the middleware system. Now we are stopped here. Now the file, the bank file, let us assume we have received file from the bank, but that file we did not upload it into the SAP system. Okay, because in order to reconciliation purpose, okay, this function not yet happened at this moment. Now the electronic bank statement configuration will pitch into the picture now. See now electronic bank statement integration. Now, before going to understand the electronic bank statement EBS configuration, what kind of formats the banks are going to provide? Now, if you can see here, electronic bank statement formats. These are the formats which will be supplied by the bank. Remember, now you can see here, multi-cash format, Swift to MT940 International, Swift MT940, okay, ET, EBAC, okay. There are n number of formats which are listed here. In addition to this format, these formats, if your client will have a specific requirement, if your client would like to integrate that format, there is a separate place is there configuration. You just go to interlink to this program, then this format. Okay, then that will be appear here. Okay, then these are the formats which the bank is going to supply. Okay, so now if if I mean which one is suitable for you, you can use it. Now I'm just giving the overview. In order to see now, I'm just okay here. If you see here, from bank we received file, but now how SAP will understand that one, for which bank we received file, and what account should be debit, what account should get credit, and what is the statement number, what is the statement ID, how SAP system will understand all those details. For that purpose, we would require the EBS configuration. Okay, so now whenever the EBS file will be processed, at that point of time, there are 4 checkpoints are available. Okay, so in order to consume that EBS file, okay, so at the end, I will explain you what are the 4 checkpoints. You need to explain the 4 checkpoints during the interview also. Okay, this is the important for you, the electronic bank statement process. Okay, the checkpoints, if I explain you, the same points you can present in the interview, definitely the interviewer will satisfy. Okay, now in order to integrate the electronic bank statement process, there are 6 or 7 configuration steps are we need to do. Then what are those? Before going to do the configuration of the electronic bank statement, we would require is a GL account setup. Okay, so now how the GL accounts will be created in SAP? Okay, for one bank account. Okay, see now in regular practice, see now the GL accounts, okay, I'll put it the bank GL accounts. The bank GL accounts set up in SAP as for the bank GL account set up in SAP ECC. I'll mention here because why I have mentioned especially ECC. The reason being that in S4 HANA, the concept has been changed from 2020 onwards. That could be the reason I just mentioned especially in ECC, because anyhow we are going to learn into the higher version only. Okay, the latest version only. So that is the reason as follow. Sorry. That we will discuss. Then now in SAP, the regular practice, what we are going to do for my main bank GL account. Main bank GL account. This is the GL account where we are going to integrate or we are going to assign this GL account into in my bank account. I'll put it here. This is the GL account. We are going to map into or we are going to assign into the bank account. And remember, always this GL balance should be equal to your bank balance. Meaning that if you log into the internet banking, you have a you found in your bank account is 1,000 rupees. The same 1,000 rupees should be reflected in the same balance should be available your SAP GL account also. I mean, this is the bank account. For that purpose, this is the main bank account what I am going to create here. This is my main bank account. Then for outgoing, I'll put it here is the outgoing clearing. I'll put it outgoing clearing. So now this is for outgoing clearing purpose. This is the reconciliation account. Okay, this is the reconciliation account, outgoing clearing. Another one is a incoming clearing. This is for your incoming clearing purpose. Then now I have a one more scenario where I would require to book some bank charges also, because in sometimes if I'm issuing checks to my vendors, then in order to clear those to process those checks, the bank is going to charge some amount on behalf of those checks. In that situation, there will be some bank charges, because I would like to show the bank charges into separate as I need to treat them as a separate business transaction, and I need to post them into separate GL account. Okay, bank charges. This is for bank charges. Then now these are the 4 GL accounts in common SAP. Okay, so now first let us create the GL accounts for main bank account, outgoing clearing for all together. See, now the GL creation also in real-time environment, wherever you have the frequency, they will not create the frequency. What I'm talking, the frequency, when I say the frequency, let me tell you, press 00. The bank accounts are, it's a asset. Okay, it's a balance sheet. Now here, the 2 series which we are following, you can see here 5 I have created, 6, 7 I have created. Then 150 is somebody has, okay, I have created. The next slot, either I can use 2008 or 151. But now in the real-time environment, they will follow a systematic logic for all the bank accounts. The reason behind that, there is a masking functionality which is available in the EBS. Okay, so the what would be the masking functionality and all we will discuss later on. Okay, Now let us follow the sequential process. Okay, now wherever the digit is going to ending with 0, that should be my main bank account. Wherever the digit is going to end with 1, that should be my outgoing account. Wherever the digit is ending with 2, that should be my incoming account. Okay, like that we can do. Let us map the, or let us create the GL accounts. Let me create 200, right? I will do like this way. 2000. Remember, see the digit, this is the ending GL account. This is the ending number. Always should be 0. Okay, where I want to follow 2000 series for my bank accounts. Then let me copy. I mean, with the template I'm using in order to create Z0SG. Let me use any one of the, this is existing GL account. I can use it just to copy that purpose, copy the information. Okay, let me create the bank. Let me create a new bank account. Okay. Access Bank. Let Access Bank, main bank, main. I'll put it like this. Main bank of Access Bank. Main GL of Access Bank. Access Bank, just for identification purpose. This is my main bank GL account. Then see, this is not the clearing account, right? Okay, so now let it be. Now field status group. Okay, you must have to select the relevant cash flow checkbox. Okay, so now if it is a main bank account, it's not the clearing account, right? Okay, if it is applicable, you can select the open item management. It's up to you. Okay, then let me save this one. Now I have created, this is the GL account. Okay, 2000 is my main bank account. Now let me give you the, let me create 1001 at the end. Let me create new GL account. See, 1 I have given at the end. Remember, this is my outgoing clearing account. Outgoing clearing account. Okay, other parameters are quite common. Since it is a reconciliation account, you have to select the open item management. Then let me on this one. Sorry. Then I'm changing the GL account here. I'll give that one. Then here is the incoming clearing account. Outgoing we have already configured, right? Incoming. Incoming clearing account. Save this one. Then for bank charges is a expenses account where we need to create as a expenses. Okay, now this is the one. Let me select any one of this one. I will also keep it logic here, 400. I mean, this either you can follow, doesn't follow. This is nothing will impact. Should be a P&L account, expenses, bank charges. Bank charges. Line item display, because open item management does not applicable since it's a P&L account. Then give the G001, save it. What we did now, we just have created the GL accounts. First, as soon as once you create, what you can do, you can just take out from them and keep it in your Excel sheet. Just for your understanding. Copy, put it here so that it will be easy for you to understand what is this GL account created for what. Remove this one. This is the company code, right? Just remove this one. Now you can see here, this is your main bank account, outgoing account. Now the similar way you can copy the bank charges also. That company code. So now the prerequisite would be always before do the configuration. Okay, before do the configuration, you must have to for EBS mandatory should have the GL accounts. Otherwise, only the first step you will able to create. In the second step, again, you need to stop over there. Again, you need to come back and you need to create the GL accounts. Okay. So now, in order to configure the electronic bank statement, these are the few steps we must have to do the configuration. And also important thing here is that the transaction code, the single transaction code in OT83, we can do the configuration for the electronic bank statement. I will just show you OT83. Give the chart of accounts level. See, this configuration will be done at chart of accounts level. If you do the configuration here, if you are under this chart of accounts, you have a multiple company codes, then the same configuration can use for multiple company codes. But remember, even there are some steps which company code specific also. Okay, there are available. Okay, in the assignment of bank accounts here, if you want, either you can assign specific company code or you do not want here. If it is a company code, if you want to assign, you can assign. If you do not want to assign, then it will be applicable for all together. These are the configuration steps. In the upcoming session, we will discuss in detail one by one. This is the important configuration, and also we will see that one how the file will be accepted by the bank. I mean SAP system. Okay, I will create one file in front of you. Then I will upload into the system. Then we'll see how the reconciliation will happen. Okay, fine. Let me stop here.